Rabbit, rabbit, everyone. Good morning. Happy July. My name is Stephanie McCULLOUGH. I am with Sofia Financial, dedicated to empowering women to make wise financial choices. I started doing this series of videos on the first of every month last year because when my friends and I were little, we believed that if rabbit, rabbit were the first words out of your mouth on the first day of the month, you'd have good luck. Some of you might know that I have chosen my theme word for 2019 as impact. So thinking about how we impact our finances, how our money impacts our lives, how we can impact our own futures. And there's a couple quotes that have gotten me thinking this month. One was I got to see Jesse Itzler do a keynote talk. If you haven't seen his TED Talk, you really should. He's a very engaging speaker, fascinating story. But one of his daily mantras, one of the things he tells himself every day is, remember tomorrow. And then the other quote I heard just last week, which I hadn't heard before, but it's so perfect. It's, the hard way now is the easy way later. The easy way now is the hard way later. So these two quotes have me thinking about something which is a total conflict, an ongoing issue with our money lives, weighing today versus tomorrow, right? Things that we do today in our lives impact our tomorrows, especially with money. So if we think about the classic goal that most people have, it's someday to retire, right? So at work, we often have retirement plans. We're thinking about putting away money for our futures so that we don't have to only live on Social Security someday in the future. And the statistics about how many older women are living just on Social Security are really sad. But when you think about, this is the classic challenge between, okay, I'm going to deprive myself of some of my money today. I'm going to put it aside somewhere where I can't touch it so that I have more in the future. And there's been a lot of research in the past decade or so about the brain and how it works. And they've actually hooked up those functional MRI machines to people's brains and discovered that there's two different parts of the brain that think about a reward in the present moment versus a reward in the future. And guess which one is stronger? If you've ever tried to resist temptation, you probably know that the part of our brain that thinks about the now reward is stronger. So how do we get ourselves to do this counterintuitive thing of putting away money now for our own futures? I think one of the keys is to focus in on the emotional part of it, right? When I ask people what money means to them, I hear things like freedom, flexibility, choices, security, sometimes fun, adventure, the ability to say F it if they need to, right? The ability to leave a bad situation, the ability to make an impact on the world. So what would having more money in the future enable you to do at that point? The other side of it, though, is that we don't want to live in total deprivation today. I mean, there are folks in the FIRE community, if you've heard about that, Financial Independence Retire Early, FIRE. There's actually a new documentary coming out, which I can't wait to see. But there's a lot of folks who do live on very, very little, very small percentage of their income now, so that retirement is a closer point in their future, so that that financial independence becomes a reality sooner. But for most of it, we want some moderation, right? There's been some debate about a recent Susie Orman article or rant. But, do you have the latte or not? Most of us would still like to enjoy our lives now. So where do we come up with that balance? And I think the key really is, it's something I can't tell you. It's something personal to everyone. You have to get in, really clearly have a picture of your own values. What is most important to you? What do you want your future to look like, right? Money is just a tool. What do you want it to enable for you in the future? And then the other piece is to get clear on your numbers, right? Remember, the numbers on the page aren't judging you. Figure out what you've got to work with, look at your snapshot, and then try to do those projections into the future. The human brain is not good at that. That's been proven as well. There are some online calculators, but you want to be aware of what assumptions they're making. They can be somewhat problematic. Obviously, a financial planner, this is what we do, right? We can help you figure out how you're looking, what you've got going towards the future, and what the impact of different actions you might take today could have on your future. There's another recommendation that I've used in the past, and I recently came across it again in a book I'm reading with a study group I'm part of called Playing Big by Tara Moore. And it's having a conversation with your future self. So it involves, some calming of the mind, some visualization. You want to think about yourself at a future point where you've got, everything's gone well for you. You're at some future inflection point, maybe 20 years ahead, or maybe retirement, or maybe a particular big birthday, and your life has gone really well. Things are great. You want to sit quietly and get a really clear picture of yourself. How are you looking? What's going on? Where are you living? Where are your surroundings? The more detail, the better. And then the key is to have that conversation and ask questions like, what can I today do so that your life in the future is happier, easier, more prosperous, more fulfilling? What do you wish I did today? What action could I be taking to help you in the future, right? What future things could I be doing to assist you in the future? So those are my thoughts today. Happy July. Don't melt. It's hot out there. Good luck to everyone, and I'll see you soon.